Alright, so in this video I'm going to show you how to either change the teeth, the cutting teeth, or rotate the cutting teeth. Typically you can rotate the cutting teeth 6 to 7 times before you have to change the teeth. And here's how we're going to do that. You're going to take your pins from inside the machine, then you're going to take your cutter that you need to change the teeth on. I've used the 3-inch cutter for this example, and I'll show you why here in just a minute. Just going to slide it down into the jig fixture. It basically simulates the inside of the machine. You're going to put your pins in just like you would inside the machine. Once that's all together, it helps you hold everything, because once all this comes apart, there's a lot of pieces to hold on to. So then you just take your tools, and to start loosening the teeth so you can rotate them, you're just going to need a 1/2 inch end wrench and a 3/16 Allen wrench. Those are the only 2 tools you'll need. You won't need to worry about these small bolts, as they should not be messed with really. They never would need to come apart or off or anything. They should be left loose at all times. You don't have to loosen them a lot. You're just going to back all these off, because normally these should be tight. So you're just going to back these off enough that you can rotate the teeth. Once you do this, you'll be able to see I've marked the teeth with some whiteout just to indicate like where they would be if they were dull. If it was actually a dull tooth, you would see like a flat spot. So once you've backed them off, you can see the teeth will spin freely. You're just going to take each tooth and you're just going to roll it about 1/8 to 1/4 inch. All you're going to look for is this nice sharp edge to be back basically on the surface. It doesn't matter which way you rotate them, other than getting each tooth and each wheel rotated enough to make a new contact point. The reason I use the 3-inch cutter is you'll notice these 2 flat spots. They have to be flat just because of the geometry of the cut. Typically you don't have to rotate these because these are just a pressure point. So you're just going to leave those. If you were to need to rotate them, all you'd have to do is go 180, and then you'd have to re-flatten this spot. It's one little step. It's only in the 3-inch cutter, but for this example we don't need to rotate those. So after you get each tooth rotated around to where the wore out part basically is out of the view. Now you've got the nice sharp edge on the leading edge. Then you're going to go ahead and tighten all this back up. Once you've got all those either rotated, then you're ready to tighten them back up, put it back in the machine. If you had already rotated all the way around to where everything was dull, there was no fresh edge, then you just do the same process, but you'd simply remove the bolt, put the new tooth in, tighten it back up, and start fresh. And like I said, you typically can get, depending on how far you rotate them, guys that are doing it all the time, used to the machine, they can get about maybe 6 to 10 rotations out of each tooth before they have to change the teeth.